Ready? Start. The conflict provoked by Chinese aggression raises wider issues than the simple demarcation of a remote border. It is difficult to understand why China chose to conceal her territorial claims for many years, pleading subsequently that the time was not ripe for revising her maps, or why she had to mount large-scale concerted attack from one end to the other of the 2,000-mile long frontier, or why she rejects any approach to settlement other than through bilateral negotiations in the context of military force, or why she has been conducting worldwide anti-Indian propaganda denouncing the whole range of India's policies and depicting India as a tool of reactionaries and imperialists. The fact appears to be that China's anti-India policies flows from her general analysis of the international situation and reflects the aim and assumption underlying her foreign policy as a whole. This policy itself, while formally subscribing to such ideals as peace and coexistence, though in the special Chinese meaning of these terms, leaves no room for non-alignment. If the world view is viewed as divided essentially between imperialists and communists, between whom war not only is inevitable in the end, but between whom tension in some form must be kept alive and even intensify as opportunity occurs, then there is indeed no place in it for the non-aligned. The non-aligned nations must, in this context, seem to be occupying an unstable vogue position from which, if they could be dislodged either by force or coercion, the result would be to further the polarization of world forces. It is logical to conclude that China's multiple campaign against India is an exercise in politics on these lines. India is such an outstanding member of the non-aligned community that her defection, whether voluntary or enforced, cannot fail to bring grave and far-reaching subsequences in its train. Paragraph change. If this analysis is well-founded, the challenge from China, as it has revealed itself, is not only to our foreign policy but to our domestic policy as well. Both are rooted in our needs and interests and spring from the same culture, outlook, and the same scale of moral values. Tolerance, friendliness, the protection of the rights and dignity of the individual, peaceful settlement of disputes, the persistent effort to reach agreement through compromise and persuasion. These are the values we have been trying to uphold in the conduct of our internal affairs. Thank you.